Welcome to Exam Sale. In this video we will walk through the syllabus for the Dell Specialist Implementation Engineer Data Center Networking exam and explain exactly what to study for each domain. This exam is divided into 7 domains with clear weightings: VLANs and spanning tree 20%, routing 18%, interfaces and link aggregation 17%, Layer 2 and Layer 3 high availability 16%, OS 10 basics 12%, Data Center bridging 10%, and Power Switch Data Center hardware 7%. The total estimated learning time across all domains is 69 hours and the assessments range from scenario-based tasks to hands-on and conceptual checks. The VLANs and spanning tree domain carries 20% of the exam, is medium difficulty, and has an estimated 12 hours of study with scenario-based assessment. You will learn VLAN concepts and implementation, how to configure access and trunk ports, and when to tag or untag traffic. You will practice interval routing and SVI creation, verify VLAN membership, and implement and troubleshoot STP variants including STP, RSTP, and MSTP while configuring bridge priorities, path costs, and features like edge port, port fast, BPDU guard, and root guard. Routing is weighted at 18%, is rated hard, and requires about 15 hours of study with hands-on plus conceptual assessment. You will configure IPv4 and IPv6 static routes, understand administrative distance and metrics, and implement floating static routes and DHCP relay services while verifying routing table entries. For dynamic routing you will configure OSPF2 and OSPF3 in single and multi-area designs, tune network types and timers, manage neighbor relationships, perform route redistribution, and verify the OSPF database and end-to-end connectivity. Interfaces and link aggregation make up 17% of the exam, are medium difficulty, and need about 10 hours of focused study with conceptual and scenario-based questions. You will master physical interface configuration including port speed, duplex, MTU, breakout capabilities, and SFP or QSFP optics management while learning to annotate interfaces and monitor statistics and errors. On link aggregation you will distinguish static and dynamic lag, configure lag with individual and port priorities, select appropriate load balancing hashes, and validate port channel status and redundancy. Layer 2 and Layer 3 high availability carries 16% of the exam, is hard, and has an estimated 14 hours of study with scenario-based assessment. You will learn virtual link trunking concepts and components, set up VLT domains and peer links, implement backup links and VLT port channels, and troubleshoot synchronization or peer routing issues. You will also configure virtual router redundancy protocol groups and virtual IPs, tune priorities and preemption, monitor failover behavior, and verify redundancy across core switches. OS 10 Basics is 12% of the exam, is easy in difficulty, and requires about 6 hours of study with both conceptual and scenario-based items. You will navigate the OS 10 CLI, perform initial switch setup, manage file systems and backups, and configure management interfaces and licenses. You will also learn ONI concepts, perform OS 10 installation and upgrades, manage dual boot partitions, troubleshoot image failures, and configure zero-touch deployment for automated rollouts. Data center bridging represents 10% of the exam, is medium difficulty, and needs about 8 hours of study with conceptual and scenario-based assessment. You will understand lossless Ethernet design and configure priority-based flow control and enhanced transmission selection to prioritize storage traffic. You will implement DCBX for protocol exchange, configure ISCSI snooping and optimizations, and verify that traffic is delivered without loss under converged workloads. Power Switch Data Center hardware is 7% of the exam, is easy, and requires roughly 4 hours of study with conceptual and scenario-based evaluation. You will identify S-series and Z-series hardware models, understand port densities and speed capabilities, and recognize SU and fan airflow directions and LED indicator meanings. You will learn to select the correct cables and transceivers for deployments and validate basic hardware and physical installation details. That wraps up the syllabus overview for the Dell Specialist Implementation Engineer Data Center Networking exam. Focus your study time on the higher weight areas like VLANs, routing, and high availability. Combine hands-on labs with the OS 10 CLI practice. and aim for about 69 hours of guided study to cover every topic. Good luck and study smart.